Hello, my name is Rebecca Menne, and I am a graduate student at Southern Oregon University. I would like to start off by thanking you for taking the time both to view and listen to my video. To begin, I would like for you to think about emotions, both good and bad. How many can you name? How many have you felt and experienced just today alone? How do you think these emotions have affected your relationship with those around you? Does identifying those emotions really matter? Sometimes adults even have a tough time identifying how they're feeling and putting a name to it. And that's why I think it's so important that we teach children from a young age to know how they're feeling and what they should be doing to handle those feelings in an appropriate way. Now think back to your time in school, high school, middle school, and elementary school. Were you more or less emotional then? Did you know how to handle these emotions right away? Or did you learn how to handle them from someone else? Learning what our emotions mean and how we can best go about handling them is an important skill, one that is being taught in most K-12 schools worldwide. This study is often referred to as social and emotional learning, or SEL. Social and emotional learning, according to Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, or CASEL, is the process through which children and adults understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain relationships, and make responsible decisions. And that's why I think it's so important for children to learn these skills from a young age, because if they're never taught and they never learn, then they're adults that never learned how to manage their emotions or interact with each other. And it's a lot harder to ask for help when you're an adult over something like emotions than it is when you're a student or a child. This idea was first brought to fruition in the year 1994. Social and emotional learning will be the focus of my project. However, with many districts being forced to educate their students online this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, my project is mostly focusing on social and emotional learning, both online and virtually. Research has shown that there are many benefits and disadvantages of online learning. For older students, the benefits often easily outweigh the disadvantages. However, this has not always necessarily been true for younger elementary age students. With that said, many teachers are not getting a choice in the way in which they are being asked to deliver curriculum to their students this year, which is why delivering a quality social and emotional learning curriculum is so important. Eventually, students will be allowed back into the classroom. However, many students will not have interacted with children their own age for many months. With the implementation of virtual SEL, these valuable relationships between both students and teachers do not have to be lost. Social and emotional learning teaches students many skills, but more specifically, it teaches students to become self-aware, self-managers, socially aware, develop relationship skills, and make responsible decisions. SEL has both short and long-term effects, according to a study conducted by Joseph Durlak and his associates. Short-term effects include students knowing and managing themselves, understanding the perspectives of others and relate effectively with them, and making sound choices about personal and social decisions. Long-term effects include more positive attitudes towards oneself and others and tasks, more positive social behaviors and relationships with peer and adults, reduced conduct problems and risk-taking behaviors, decreased emotional distress, and improved test scores, grades, and attendance. These are skills that students are going to need for the rest of their lives. Think about it. How many of these skills do you still possess today? Online education has many potential benefits that would align well with social and emotional learning. However, in fact, according to Dan Lips from the Heritage Foundation, online education has the potential to dramatically extend and expand the education opportunities of American students, largely overcoming the geographic and demographic restrictions previously placed on them through in-person instruction. That is why, with the proper training and time to prepare for teachers, social and emotional learning can take place online through Zoom meetings, read alouds, direct instruction, small group instruction, and informational videos. It definitely will require a transition period and a dependable SEL curriculum, but it is possible so long as everyone of the stakeholders is on board. Stakeholders include parents, teachers, districts, but most importantly, students. Without student buy-in and participation, none of this will be possible. Thank you so much for taking the time to view my video. I hope I have convinced you of the importance of social and emotional learning, not only in the physical classroom, but more importantly in the virtual classroom as we all transition into this unknown in education.